how it works. Let me explain to you how this technique works. And I'm going to explain this to you exactly how I explain it to my patients when they come in. Basically, this technique, it's called cause-point correlative muscle testing, and it's based on the electrical nature of the body and the electrical nature of healing. When the body first forms, the body is very electrical in nature. When it first forms, the very first thing that forms are these electrical fields. And it's these electrical fields that actually control the development of the body. It's the electrical fields that actually regulate and control whether those cells turn into heart, or turn into liver, or turn into lung. And scientists have actually gone so far as to do some really gross experiments where they've grown organ parts on frogs where they didn't belong. They actually grew eyes on the tails of these frogs. And the way they did it is they mimicked the electrical field for the eye, and they put it on the tail of these frogs when the frogs were developing. And when the frogs, developed, they actually grew an eye on the tail. Now, I know that sounds gross, but the point I'm trying to make with this is that anytime there's growth occurring in the body, there is an electrical field there. It's part and parcel of that whole process. It can't occur without it. Anytime there's healing occurring in the body, there is an electrical field there. It's really the same thing. And this electrical field of healing is well documented in the scientific literature. There are textbooks written on it. But essentially, that's what I do. That's what I pick up when I do my muscle testing. If there's an electrical field of healing in an area, it means the body is trying to fix it. It means there's something wrong. The body has a tension on that area and wants it to get better. So with this technique, it provides a way I can very quickly scan through the body and determine which areas the body needs help with. Literally, the body's trying to pull nutrients into the area to fix it. And what I do is I supply those exact nutrients it needs. And amazingly enough, the body gets better. And that's really the simplicity of what I do. Now, I use a muscle test to find these areas of electrical fields of healing where the body's trying to fix things. Muscles happen to be very sensitive to these very slight, subtle electrical fields. It's actually how electricity was discovered to begin with, at least workable electricity. There's a scientist, his name was Luigi Galvani. I believe this was in the 16th century. And he actually had some frog legs in his laboratory. These frog legs were jumping. And he didn't know why they were jumping. The frog was dead. So he discovered there was actually two different metals. And there was something going on between these two metals was making the muscles of the frog legs jump. And it was from that observation that we got the first Voltaic cell, or the first battery. So that's really where batteries came from. So the moral of that story is muscles are very sensitive to these very slight, subtle electrical fields. So essentially what I do like the electrician does with his meter. He goes around and he finds your electrical problems. Now, if an electrician sees a problem on his meter, what will happen is he'll see that needle go down like that, just drop down. Now, if I find a problem, I'll feel a change in the person's muscle tone. I'll feel their muscle tone go weaker. So they'll feel their arm go down. And that means we hit one of those electrical fields associated with healing. So it's a way I can very quickly scan through and go, oh, there's something up here. Body needs help right here. That's not functioning correctly. And that's essentially the gist of how this works.